Here we are, Saturday morning. The birds have been liberated. We've estimated the time they're going to arrive, so it's now time to plug the clock in. As I said to you, you don't have to touch a thing on this clock. It will set itself within 10 seconds to time birds in. If you want it to set immediately, you just press the number 4, which I'll show you. I'll show you both ways. So the first thing you connect is the clock to the sensor pad. It's a 22-inch sensor pad. You put either the power lead, which would be directly off the mains, or off a 12-volt battery. It will power 4 sensor pads without needing a boost power supply. That's the quality of the product, and that's including if you're using car battery lead. So put the power lead in the side. I don't know if it'll zoom in enough to be able to see number 4 is flashing on the clock screen. As I said, if you press that number 4 now, it'll set immediately. But I want to show you that the clock sets itself without having to press anything in 10 seconds. It's now ready to time in birds. And on the clock screen it will say the date and the time, which is continuously going, and it'll say race timer 01 sensor. That means we've just got one sensor pad connected to the clock. If you had more than one, it would say 02, 03, 04, and so on. So the first bird comes home, goes over the pad and into the loft, and the time and the pigeon's ring numbers come up on the screen of the clock. Second bird, and the third bird. I'll just put the clock down and try and get you 2 on the same second, and 2 more, and the last one. So all 8 birds are now timed in. If you want to see what time the first birds arrived, you just use this right arrow key as I'm looking at the clock, and you scroll back, going one at a time, and it takes you right back to the first bird. If you was doing that and another bird arrived, it wouldn't make any difference, it would still time it on. If you pressed the wrong button on this clock, for example you press number 5, it sent the clock screen funny. All you need to do is take the power lead out the side of the clock, put the power lead back in the clock. I'm just showing it will lose no information at all. As I said, if we press number 4, which I'm going to do, it sets itself automatic. It'll go back now to the last bird timed in. So there's the ring number of the last pigeon. So you don't lose any data whatsoever. The only way you'll lose data out of this clock is if you dropped it in a bucket of water, or as we sometimes feel like doing with pigeons, you threw it at the wall. But that's timed in 8 birds. That's perfect. If it was 2 races on the same day, it would still time in exactly the same, no problem whatsoever. The next thing we need to do is go to the clubhouse on Saturday night and print off the arrival times of our pigeons, and hopefully we've got the winning pigeon. So what I'm going to do now is go back, get the club equipment back up together, and we'll strike the clock off as you would normally on Saturday night, and you'll see that's where the password comes in, because the clock has to be cleared every week so you can use it the following day for training and the following week for racing. Even if you don't time in, when you go to the clubhouse on Friday night, make sure you tell the officials it hasn't been struck off from the previous week. They will then go through the Saturday night striking off procedure, which we're going to do very shortly, before they try and mark pigeons again. Okay, so we'll move on.